So just before we get into the video today, I just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting me on this journey, I guess, so far. We hit 10k subs, I think it was like 2 days after my 24th birthday as well. So it was extremely cool to finally hit that massive milestone. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys as you've supported me throughout this entire way so far. Especially a specific few of you who know who you are, who have been with me almost the entire journey so far. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that has been here and enjoys my content, as this is an absolute dream of mine that is coming true, like honestly before my eyes. And sometimes I kind of just have to sit back and realize that this is all kind of happening like so extremely quickly that I don't even realize that it's happening. And going from getting 100 views or 200 views on a video 2 months ago to now having, 2 videos with over 100,000 views, or 2 videos with over 150,000 views, and even one over 200,000. It just blows my mind. The absolute support that you guys have given me is paramount, and I can't thank you all enough for it. It's been an absolutely amazing journey so far. And for that, I put out a Q&A on my community tab asking you guys to chuck down a whole bunch of questions that I guess you've wanted to ask me throughout my entire journey so far, and I'll answer them throughout this video. If you guys want to see like more videos like this and stuff where I kind of answer your questions and do all that kind of stuff, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below, as perhaps we could do this at every like milestone, like next at 15k perhaps, and then again at 20 or at 20k, and then at 30k. We could do them every 10k or something like that. I'd love to know what you guys think, so just be sure to chuck a comment down below. So I guess we're going to start off with Moria K, who's asked, since you've been doing a lot of Tokyo Revengers videos, I have some questions. Who's your favorite Tokyo Revengers character and why? What got you into reading manga? And what are some hobbies of yours? Favorite anime/manga? And congrats. Well, obviously, I'm going to have a lot of questions throughout this video. I thought I'd just mention this now as well. So I'm not going to be able to answer them super in depth, but perhaps in the future we can go more in depth on some of these ideas. My favorite Tokyo Revengers character is probably Takamichi. And why? Just because we've stuck with him throughout the entire series so far, and we've been able to see him grow from this, like, I guess you could say immature, afraid 26-year-old man who doesn't really know his way in life, to now having a certain goal that he can constantly fight for. And I just think it's quite courageous of him how he's never backed down. And I honestly just love him as a character. So what got me into reading manga? Honestly, is probably the best answer for that is actually Tower of God. So I started reading manga maybe about 2 years ago now, and I started with actually a manhwa, which is obviously Tower of God. And that was because I watched the first season of Tower of God that was on Crunchyroll and enjoyed it so much that I picked up the manhwa for it. And I've read about, I think, 350 chapters of that now. What are some hobbies of mine? Well, honestly, I absolutely love gaming and kind of just hanging out with my mates and chilling out in Discord. I really don't do too much outside of the house, I guess. I would love to, do some stuff in the future for my channel if I could, like going out to stores and buying some stuff if that's possible. I'm not too sure if I'll ever do a face reveal type thing, but yeah, I have honestly just been gaming for the last few years. That's like one of my biggest hobbies for sure. Next from Keith Speaks, we have, who's your favorite member of Toman? And why do you pick Diavolo over every other JoJo character? Well, I can't really say I wanted to be different and pick Diavolo because no one knows who he is in JoJo's or something. Honestly, just really loved his entrance and the entire aura that he had around him as a character. I thought it was extremely mysterious. And I guess for the fact of Diavolo as well, is the idea that you guys don't know what I look like, and no one knew what Diavolo looked like. And I thought it was a great comparison on how Diavolo's this, like hidden figure, and I also am in some kind of way. I don't know, I just really love the comparison for it. The Fake Weeb asks, congrats on 10k bro, for real your goal was 5k by the end of the year, and you doubled that quickly. Glad to see your channel's popping off. Thank you dude, means a lot honestly, coming from someone who was quadruple my size when I first started making content, and someone who, I've watched previously in the past, so now thank you dude, it means a lot coming from you. Question, what's your favorite anime and manga? So my favorite anime is an extremely hard question because I don't really I always change from what I have as a favorite constantly. I don't know how to put that, but I always say this is my specific favorite or this is my specific favorite. So it's very hard for me to always pin down something that is my favorite, but something that I've enjoyed the most probably. And it's hard to base it off in every episode enjoyment factor. But Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is something that I kind of always consider to be in my top 3 for favorite anime. And manga, I've only read a few, but at the moment, it's probably either One Piece or Tokyo Revengers. Probably one of the two. They're both extremely amazing manga, so, I recommend anyone to pick them up if you haven't already. Sakura asks, favorite Tokyo Revengers arc, and also, where did you get your accent from? Just curious. So, my favorite Tokyo Revengers arc is probably the Black Dragons arc, or it's really hard for me to pick between the Black Dragons arc and the Tenjiku arc. I don't really know why, they're just both amazing arcs in my mind. And I am from New Zealand, if you guys are wondering, so that's my accent. It's a Kiwi accent with a hardcore online influence from a lot of Australian dudes, so it doesn't exactly sound Kiwi all the time, but majority of the time it sounds pretty Kiwi. Sometimes it sounds Australian. Carlos Art asks, what other plans do you have for the future of the channel? So for the future of the channel, I'd really like to honestly stretch out and do other series as well, as Tokyo Revengers, the anime, is ended for now. So I'm probably going to, stick with reviewing that weekly. I really want to start doing more death type videos that I've done for the Tokyo Revengers one, but perhaps through different series, or even doing the entire series of like a bunch of different anime that people, or a bunch of different manga that people want to see kind of put into a full story so that you could watch it on my channel. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of that, let me know in the comment section below. Is that something that I've been thinking about doing? So like the entire Naruto story or the entire Boruto story type thing, as an example. Next we have Shiftik, who's asked, does making a chapter review ever feel like a chore to you? If so, what keeps you motivated? I guess it can sometimes, like when I don't exactly want to talk and I just want to sit there and watch a video perhaps, but it's more or less, like once I get into the groove of it, I kind of really enjoy what I'm talking about, so I continue on and kind of just mumble about what I'm saying, especially when the new chapter is exciting. It makes it all the better. When the chapter is a bit dull, it can be a bit dull sometimes, but apart from that, no, I don't really ever feel like too demotivated at all, or I haven't so far. But then again, I've only been doing this for like 4 months at the moment, so it hasn't been too long. Next we have Sam Chong. Big congrats, been watching you for a bit and happy to see that you've reached this milestone. What's the anime and manga that you have wanted to watch but haven't gotten to yet? Oh, that's a very good question. Manga that I haven't gotten to yet is 100% Berserk or Vagabond. Those are two that I really, really want to read, but I just haven't had the time for. Drew Brown asks, since your account is growing so quickly, have you considered doing YouTube full time? Like possibly as a career? Well, absolutely. Like this is my honest, like this is my dream. This is something that I've wanted to do since I was 15 or 16 years old and uploaded Minecraft videos on this exact channel where I used to play Hunger Games and stuff, but sadly they aren't around anymore because I deleted them a few years ago. I think the only one that is the 100k view texture pack that I had, but that's from when I was 16. But it's something that I've wanted to do for years. So after I went to university and started working, I realized that I kind of wish I didn't stop uploading content on YouTube, and I wish I kind of stuck at it. So to have this kind of blow up now is something that I can't explain. It's so amazing to me, and it gives me this really extremely warm feeling inside that I really can't explain to most people, because this is an actual dream of mine that is really coming true, and it's really, really hard for me to put into words how amazing this is. So as I've already said to you guys, thank you. It's making me tear up just talking about it, so yeah. But yeah, to finish your question, Drew, I would absolutely love to do this like as a career if I ever could. The next question we have is from Anonymous, who is asking, if Kisaki was alive in this ongoing arc, what will be his plans? Your thoughts? So I think I've said it in a chapter review or a spoiler video before, but I think if Kisaki was still alive in this timeline, he'd be with Hanma, who I suspect Hanma is part of the Rokuhara Tandai and is actually the leader currently of the Rokuhara Tandai. The North Rokuhara Tandai, that is. As we've seen, we've got the leader of the South that we've seen as Toronto, but we haven't seen a North leader. And in Japanese culture, there is a North Rokuhara that is known, as well as a South Rokuhara. So it makes sense for there to be a North part of it perhaps, or at least in my eyes it does. So maybe that's where Kisaki would possibly be with Hanma. Messing around and kind of scheming to try and take Mikey's empire from him. Luke Banwell, the man himself, asks, golf with friends tournament when? Well, maybe one day we could get everyone on my Discord and we could have a massive golf with friends tournament or something like that with a bit of money online. It could be quite fun. Check it on my channel. Let me know if you guys want to see that. If you play golf with friends, jump in the Discord. Kid Startic asks, how can I give you recommendations? Recommendations wise, feel free to join my Discord, which I will leave a link to in the comment section below, and I'll pin it as the top comment for you guys. And just click on that link and join the Discord, and in there is a recommendations tab for anime and manga and just other videos in general. Sad Pug asks, have you ever read or watched Yu Yu Hakusho? No, I haven't read or watched it, but obviously Sensei Inc. has given me all the hype around the series, and it's something that I'm probably going to watch down the line as well when I have time. It's kind of just about when I get time to do specific things. There's so much that I do want to watch. I've just got to slowly get my way through all of it. Razor asks, any plans on making a theory video on JJK about Sukuna especially? Possibly in the future. I think at the moment I'm kind of just waiting for more stuff to happen throughout this Culling Game arc to really make a theory. I've got a theory at the moment on how I think Kurara Hoshi's technique works exactly in relation to the stars. I know we did get an explanation from Megumi obviously, but I definitely will be making more JJK content in the future, especially as the movie for Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and the anime start to come back out again, and it gets that resurgence again. Natlan asks, what will you do with your channel once Tokyo Revengers is completed? It's a pretty good question. Well, I think in general I was doing a lot of spoiler and review content for One Piece and JJK, but I kind of want to stretch out and start making just more videos in general about anime that I kind of enjoy and just like watching. So that's why down the line I want to make a lot more of those, you know, entire lore videos of specific series, and then also a lot of the death videos for specific series, because I just love going over climactic moments throughout series. They have a lot of hype behind them and I really enjoy them. Pixel Dino asks, I know most questions are anime and stuff, so I wanted to ask something different. Do you play any games? And if you do, or used to, which are your favorite? So I have played a bunch of games. I absolutely love CSGO, and at the moment I'm playing Conan with a whole bunch of my mates and stuff. So I do play games all the time. It's kind of just what I do in my spare time. Instead of heading out and going to town and spending my money on stuff in town, I'd rather spend it on, I guess, video games to play with my mates. Sphector asks, what's your favorite gang logo in Tokyo Revengers? That's a good one. That's a really good one. I really like the simplicity of the Valhalla logo with the headless angel and the wings. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite logo in Tokyo Revengers for sure. Icy Hot asks, what country are you from? So obviously New Zealand. What's your real name? So my real name is Cody. And what's your favorite anime? Which I think I've answered earlier throughout the video, but if not, it's probably like Hunter x Hunter or Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Naruto, or something like that. Something a little bit older, but it's, you know, it's something that I got into when I was a little bit younger. And what got me into making YouTube videos? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, probably I was in between work. A lot of stuff had happened in my personal life and I really didn't know where I was headed. So I started to make content on YouTube where I'd make AMVs and upload them because I really enjoyed watching AMVs. And I guess over time I just started to upload things that I've always watched on YouTube. So I've always watched rain videos, or I've listened to rain videos at night. So at one point I uploaded rain videos to see, you know, if that would work out for me. And, you know, here I am now with the anime stuff, which is working, because this is something that done for the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 years now, is just watch anime content on YouTube. So I didn't expect this to work by any means, but a lot of anime and YouTubers in general is just what got me into making videos. You asks, congrats on 10K, and how old are you? So I just turned 24 years old as of like the 8th of September, if you guys are curious. Speed the Daggerbert Goat Wagon asks, yes sir, 20K by the end of the year? 100% bro, like let's do it. Maybe. No, I don't want to jinx myself. Maybe we'll get there. Hopefully. Ooh, Exhale asks, saddest Jujutsu Kaisen death? Probably Nanami's death, I would say, just for the fact that if it wasn't for Nanami's death, I honestly don't think I'd be making anime videos as well, because I wanted to make a video on Nanami, and that was the first video I'm pretty sure I made on my channel anime wise, was the Nanami one. And then I spoiled myself on his death and started reading a lot more manga because of it. So honestly, I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for what I consider the saddest Jujutsu Kaisen death. I have no idea how to say this person's name, but he asks, what's your dream job other than YouTube? How was your first rejection? And show us your pets if you have any. I'll show you my cat if I manage to record it like on my phone or something, and I can put it on here for you guys like right now, I guess, as I'm talking. His name's Jasper and he just jumps around. He's an absolute egg. I've also got a dog, and my mum has horses and stuff. My dream job other than YouTube, I honestly don't know, because this has been my dream job while I was working in previous jobs. Probably a pilot, actually. Now that I think about it, I flew a plane once when I was like 16 or 17, and that was probably the most fun I'd ever had in my life up to that point. So probably a pilot. Jaden Twist asks, how long did it take you to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube? I'm not sure exactly, because it was back when I was like 15 or 16, so that was about 7 or 8 years ago, but pretty sure it was like 5 months or something like that. It was when I was uploading Minecraft Hunger Games content, so yeah, I think it took me around about 5 months, and I had around 100 videos out before I had 1,000 subs off memory, but it's so hard to remember. It's like a complete blur now. Anbu the Kid asks, face reveal, question mark. I guess that is a big one, if I'm going to do that down the line or not. Probably in the future for sure, but not until maybe like 100k or something like that, when I can go out and do different videos that I really want to do. I'm not sure. It's well, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I have to account for with doing a face reveal, and my own personal life and stuff, so there's a lot to it. Maybe you guys will find out in the future why I'm saying that, and I can't exactly do that kind of stuff, but yeah, in the future I might make a video on it and let you guys know, but up until then, it's I guess it's all hidden for now. And lastly, the last question we have is Jigsaw asking, am I your friend? Of course he is. If you didn't know, he's one of the mods on my Discord, and if you guys want to go check it out, like I've said, it's in the comment section down below. Bro, everyone on the Discord's family, dude. So, everyone join the Discord and become a family. Let's do it, That's how things work around there. Also, hit that subscribe button as well and become part of Passione, become part of the team. This is our organization that we're starting right here, our own little delinquent gang. But yeah, I hope I could answer as much of that as I could. There are a few things that I had to leave out here and there because there were double ups of certain questions. So if I didn't answer your question, I might have threw someone else's question, but there are over 50 questions alone just on the community post that I put out, not even including if I looked at videos. So that was absolutely amazing. So I can't thank you all for the support. It's been an amazing journey so far, and I really can't thank you all enough, as I've said. And this is just the beginning. My next goal obviously is 20k, but I'd really love to get that plaque one day. If we can ever get there, get the silver plaque, 100k, it would be absolutely beautiful. But for now, it's been your professional degenerate, Diavolo. And if you guys are new around here and want to keep up to date with Tokyo Revengers content and just, I guess, other anime content in general, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to leave a like on the video. And check a comment down below and let me know if I should do this every 5 or 10k subs, as I had a lot of fun answering your questions here, and honestly wouldn't mind doing this again. It was extremely interesting, and I haven't done anything like this before. So yeah, be sure to let me know. But anyway, I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.